Chap tales. Don't you wanna hear some chap tales? Digga digga baka baka digga digga wow wow. Howdy doody. How you doing, people? You alright? Okay, so we are back with another chap tale for you. This one is another one from a Caribbean holiday I took back in the day. Yes. Okay, so went on holiday to the Dominican Republic in the Caribbean. Shaking, you love it. So we're on this holiday, me and a friend on this holiday. Go out on an excursion, spend a nice day out and all that, and come back to the hotel and decide to go back to the room to get ready for dinner. So we go to the room, open the room, and basically whenever you walk into these rooms, the air conditioning coldness usually just whacks you in the face, and it's just like, oh. But not this time. We turned it off. I don't know why we did, but we turned it off. And then when we got through to the bedroom, whatever, we could see that the doors to our balcony were open as well. And I was thinking, all right, sweet. So we was like discussing who was going to take a shower first. And then out of the corner of my eye, I am not even joking, I seen the biggest beetle you've ever seen in your life. I ain't even joking. I'm going to call him a fella because he was a fella. He was part of the Legion of Doom, from wrestling, like with all them spiky hockey pads and stuff on them. But I ain't even joking, right? This beetle, like, it was an elephant, it was a rhino. It just looked like it wanted to beat me up, to tell you the truth. And it was just there, just prancing about in the room like, yeah. So obviously the friend I was with was like, oh my God. And she jumped on the bed and she was like, get out of here, get out of here. And I was thinking, you get out of here. Well, anyway, right. So we had a Pringle pot on the side, but then once you pop, you can't stop and all that, crisps. Anyway, it was on the side. So I grabbed it and I thought, oh, okay, I'll just put it over the top of this thing, right? I stuck over the top and it only just went inside a Pringle pot. So if you know how round that is, that's how big this beetle was, the circumference. So anyway, and even when I was pushing it down onto it, I could feel like a bit of friction where it just didn't really want to squeeze into this pot. Anyway, it's on the pot. The pot's on top of it and it's on the floor. And she's like, right, get something under it and get out of here or whatever. I was like, all right. I was looking around for something. And I looked round and I ain't even joking. The pot was moving towards me. It was like just moving along the floor, like, and I was like, are you sure you ain't got like a Ouija board under there or something? And she was screaming at me, just get rid of it. And I was like, I couldn't find nothing that would slip underneath it, which would be like enough strength to lift it up with. And anything else that I could find, I would have had to have lifted this pot up a bit and it could have got out and just like, do you know what I mean? Body checked me. But so by this time, my friend was screaming at me big time, and I think that put a nail in the coffin, but we won't talk about that. So I was like, I just I didn't know what to do, right? So the window's open a bit, right? So this pot's just there like that. And I just thought to myself, can I put it top corner? So I was like, gonna try. I kicked it, right? And I ain't even joking. The pot went out the window, but just as it was going out the window, the beetle fell back in the room. Oh my God. I was just like, fuck this, I'm off. I just ran out the room, shut the door. Oh my God. there was a lot of screaming going on, but my friend made it to the door and got out the door and was just attacking me. Anyway, luckily enough, there was one of the people who worked there in the corridor or whatever, and they was like, "What's the matter? What's the matter?" Not that people from the Dominican Republic speak like that. It's just what came out of my gob. Anyway, so I said to him, "Look, there's a bit of a big beetle in there, and get rid of it for us. I'll slip you a drink." And he was like, "All right, sweet." So they went in and they got there was actually 3 of these beetles in there, and we hadn't seen 2 of them. They got rid of 3 of these beetles. I'm not even joking. Got them out of the room, whatever. They shut the doors and all that, and then they stuck the aircon on. And they goes, "If you turn the aircon off, the outside will come in. Keep it on, and the outside stay outside." And we was like, right, never turning that aircon off again. Even if I'm fucking freezing, I prefer to sleep in a jacket than to let that off again and let all them big bone buggers into the room. But it was just so funny. It weren't actually, it was quite scary at first, but then it was proper funny. Yes, okay, so nice one. That's another little chap tale, from the Dominican Republic for ya. Okay, so please like, subscribe, smash bells, write comments and all of that. Get interactive, get involved with chat. All right, nice one. Thanks for listening. Sweet.
Chat tales. Don't you wanna hear some chat tales?